When I was a little kid in school for little kids, one of my classmates had scented markers. See, me, the only scent I knew from a marker was a gosh darn Sharpie, which made my nose go ouchie. It made me go, no, 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 I don't want to ever smell a marker again. So when someone pulled up to the school with scented markers, gang, that was a game changer before I ever knew one. I smelled a yellow marker and it was banana. It didn't smell like the bananas at home, but for some reason it smelled more like a banana than a banana did. And to me, that was like, it just made sense. I was like, it's a marker, gang. That's probably there's probably a banana in it, for all I knew. So of course that's what a banana smelled like. It was yellow too. So like, duh. Red one, I forgot what the red one was, probably like cherry or strawberry or something like that. But blue was blueberry. Guys, blueberries don't have a smell. That one caught me off guard because when I was younger, I really liked to know everything. Like I was taking apart like electronics and stuff. Like I was being like autistic about the world, trying to really figure out how everything worked. And this one stumped me. A blue marker smelled like blueberries, but blueberries didn't even smell like anything. So what the freak is going on here? What made it even worse is that when I would smell the blueberry marker, just like the banana one, it smelled like blueberries. It smelled like a freaking fruit, but the fruit didn't even smell like it because the fruit doesn't have a smell. It's blueberries. Blueberries don't smell like anything. So how does it smell like blueberries? And how do I think it smells like blueberries when blueberries, I've never even smelled blueberries before. Turns out I can't smell colors. Not possible. The best I can do is translate it. I have this cool thing where I can see sounds. And I think it's because I spent so long working with sounds in a visual way that it just kind of happened. But it also could have not have been that way and I could have been born with it like a freaking genius alien I am, right? But because I can cross visual and sound, I, of course, trying to figure out the whole entire world, always asking why, I was like, why don't the other senses work? So that's what I went to. I was like, what about colors and smell, right? Brought me right back to those good old days with the marker. With a little bit of brain work, I was able to figure it out. I was testing different smells, like my skin, which right now doesn't really smell like anything because I took a shower. But let's smell my shirt. Okay, my shirt smells nice and clean. And does a clean smell have any deep in it, right? Like if you heard a boom, if you heard like a dinosaur foot hit the floor and it made a boom noise, that would be a deep noise. That would be the color of red in my mind. That would be like boom. Red with like a splatter of orange, right? Maybe if it's high enough, yellow. But then I realized some smells had a deeper smell to them. Like my shirt doesn't have any deep smells. That's what makes it smell clean. The same way that sounds sound crisper and cleaner with less deep end, which is the bassiness, the redness of it. So that's it. When I started thinking like that, I'm like, why hasn't anyone else figured this out? Am I the first to do it? And I actually haven't really done much research about it. Unfortunately, I've been talking to like freaking AI about it, which I know is like whatever. But like no one in my normal life can have a conversation to me about it without me seeming like psychotic. Like I don't want to make it seem like I'm like hallucinating, right? So I try to be calm and collective in my normal life, but then I'm going sicko mode to the AI talking about like, how can I smell colors? Like it's like, bro's about to call the government on me, but cannot smell colors, y'all. I can just translate it. So because my visual and audio is connected, I'm able to basically theorize what smell would be and then just fill in the blanks. If I ever wanted to make a song based on how something smelt, I could do that. A lot of it comes from just the sound that my voice is going to make during the song. The lyrics are what you might think comes first, but they don't. Lyrics have their big show, but a lot of what lyrics are is just how you're saying them. But how you say a word, wait, that's emotion. That's a whole different scale. Emotion is a type of sense we have, but it isn't visual or audio or smell. What? It's different from all of the ones we have. So here was me freaking out because I thought I solved the whole entire world, but I was missing out on a piece, right? I had this many, I needed this many. But then I got it. I thought of an emotional chart that had to do with 7. I can recite this 7 from memory because I have it on my wall over here. I have this graph of the 7 It's basically 7 phases. Each phase is a different color, and that's how they gradient into each other. Phase 1, I have confront. This one is the hardest one to explain, so bear with me. Basically, you're confronted with something you think you want, but then you're given something else. That's what number 1 is. And that's what I associate with red. That's this deep feeling, right? That's this like yearn for something, but you're shut down, right? Maybe you ask someone out and they freaking friend zone you, and now you think it's the end of the world, but it turns out being good for you in the end, right? That's the type of story we're going for. Number 2, we got blossom from hope. Basically, this red type of feeling of like yearning creates a hopefulness, even if it's out of like bad. Even if it's in a twisted way, there's just some type of hope that comes from it. And this hope builds you up. Because this isn't really on its own, I know it's a little confusing. It's number 2, but it's still like in between. It's like a reddish orange. Number 3 is orange. And that is contentment. You are now content with the thing you didn't initially want. You initially wanted this thing, but you were given something else. You had to have hope blossom up in order to become content. So now we're at 3, content. After just being content with it, you spend more time and you start establishing. You start establishing this in your life. This thing that you didn't initially even want, it's now established in your life because, hey, it's what you got, gang. So what naturally happens after that? After you establish something, more time passes and you learn to love it. Love grows. Love, love, love. So content, orange, number 3. Establish is yellow, number 4. And love is green, number 5. The fun part is number 6, which is blue, and it's challenged. This thing that you initially didn't even want, you have learned to be content with, you have learned to love it, you've established it in your life. Now you're challenged. This thing has become your Princess Peach to your Mario, but Bowser came and just stole it from you. You're challenged. You lost the thing that you initially didn't even want. But because during this whole entire story you learn to love it, once you lose it, oh no, you're challenged. So you fight to get it back. This is blue. This is number 6. That leads into number 7, which is purple, and it's our last one. Acceptance, right? Acceptance for that initial thing you were given at the start that you didn't even want. You learned to love it. You fought for it. And now you accept it. That, hey, that's what it is now. That's my beautiful storyline I came up with, where it's just basic 7 repeatable parts, and they all have their own color given to them, basically. But then there's also that emotion backed up behind it, right? Obviously, like love, establish, challenge, like there's like different emotions that come with each of those. So theoretically, wherever smell lines up on this color chart, I can transcribe it into what type of emotion it is. So not only can I see the smells, I can feel the smells like no other. I speak to them. They speak to me. I'm not one to hear voices. In fact, nobody really calls for me at all. I do a lot of stuff on my own, but I do talk to the smells. I hear them. They call out to me, and I respond. This shirt, if I'm going to be really honest with you, I've never washed it, and this is my first time wearing it for more than an hour, because it's more just for decoration, and it's because you have a manipulated, brainwashed brain that I have to wear this so you accept me better. But I wouldn't actually wear this in normal life. So it low-key still kind of smells like the store, which is a good smell, but it's deeper than what you would expect from a clean shirt. It's prominently yellow. It's like a bright yellow, but there is some a sunset orange in it, but it also peaks a little bit to green. It's pretty wide range. But that's also the best part of the story. Content, establish, and love. You got all of those all in one smell. That almost seems like it's on purpose. Right before getting challenged, and especially before acceptance, because that's a way higher emotional state. The cool thing about blue and purple is that their actual frequencies of color get so much faster when they're blue and purple that it's more energetic. More energy is carried. The same way that a higher pitched noise carries more energy than a deeper pitched noise. There just literally is more energy going on because it is a faster frequency. That's just how it works. So the higher energy gives more to whatever it reaches. I don't know how to explain it. But in my little story thing, you build up those type of emotions. The emotions almost feel like they're getting stronger as they go on. Like, especially once it reaches love, like that's a pretty strong emotion. But I would say love isn't as strong as being challenged for the love. That's even stronger, right? And then you get the strongest emotion of all, which is acceptance at the end, right? And that's almost like bliss. Like, that's like, if you look at your chakras too, that would be like this one, like the one that's like above you actually. So it all low-key makes sense. Like, you all kind of like, you starting to pick up what I'm putting down here? I've connected every single sense into it besides like touch, but like how the freak am I gonna do that? I feel like with touch, it's like pain. I don't like want to do that. I guess it could work. Like, there is like a deeper way to feel touch, and then there's like a sharper way, but I don't care. So all the other senses, the ones that matter, the storytelling senses. If I ever wanted to sing like how I smell, I could do that, right? I could pitch my voice to be the sound of a different color. That's the same color of the smell of your hair or something. Like, if I'm like, if I do that in my bathroom, I like hear it resonate the whole entire room. But if I do any other type of note, it doesn't do the same. Like, if I go, it's not going to do it. But if I go, it like, whoa, it like lights up the whole entire room with this sound. It resonates with it. And that's literally how sound science works. It's meant to do that. But that resonant frequency is orange. That's how I would see it. So if I ever smelt something that felt orange, I would be able to go, and if I sang like that, I would be able to basically be projecting that orange out to match it. Does that make sense? So then I'm able to match it now. It's really cool. In this whole entire journey, I have found myself to really like smells in a way I never really have before. And not in a weird way. Like, thinking about saying that, I didn't think it would come off like that. But like, now that I've said it, I do understand, like, some people do have some weird things to do with smells. Not like that. It just opened my eyes to how much I never really cared about smell, like, at all. It was always just a tool. It was always just there to tell if like food was good or not. And then just if something smelled good, I smelt it. Like, if it was markers or something. But it was cool to actually seek out things that I liked smelling. I ended up picking out candles that I really like, and now every single time I have sessions with music, or I should be doing it right now because I'm having a video session, I normally spark up a different type of candle, depending on the type of mood I'm trying to go for. So before, I never really cared about candles. I never really cared about senses like that. Obviously, I wanted to smell good, but like, I didn't really care. But now you'll catch me freaking smelling my arm if I realize a certain smell on it, and I just can't stop smelling it. It's like odd, but it's like, hey, sometimes it's annoying because I feel like my dog, I feel like a little animal who just can't stop freaking getting endorphins from something that smells good. I just feel like I look stupid. But hey, if that's life, gang. Maybe life is all about smelling your knees and arms. So if that's what you get from this video, I hope that's a really good lesson, because I think it is. It's beautiful. Subscribe if you want to see any similar videos to this one in the future, and I bet you do, so you better hit that subscribe button! Like this video so more people get to see it. And listen to Blakey on all music platforms. Music. Blakey, everywhere. Blakey.